Back in the Golden Tee Lounge. Hopefully you enjoyed your weekend. Hopefully the weather was beautiful wherever you may live. Chicago, it wasn't too bad. Some storms here and there. But now we're taking a look at the back nine of all the courses. We're going to flip things up and start with the back nine of Oakwood Hills. If you have not seen the front nine, new tee boxes, new pin placements, you can go back to Golden Tee's Facebook or YouTube from Friday and watch that. Bit of a difficult shot here. This one, you can no longer just crush it over the hill here and have a pretty easy shot going back in. Some instances that are going to be longer, you might have to go around and do a C3 shot. This one, because I've got that 3 wood, should be able to just go and hit a soft cut around. Still got to worry about the sand, which I'm going to end up in here. Not a big deal, but it is going to be a much more difficult par 5 to get that eagle on than it would have been in the past. The trend with the par 3s and the new tee boxes and pins seems to feel very short. I haven't seen too many long looks yet, which to me is a good thing. Less chances that you have to screw up, at least with the way I play so poorly sometimes. So I appreciate those short par 3s, but at the same time, you're definitely going to have an opportunity to get even longer looks than previously. Another hole that is very tough is hole 12, the par 5. This one, with the right wind, is much easier. You're a little bit farther, a little bit closer to the sand, but it makes it a lot easier for you to just blow right past it. Now, in this case, we could go with a dead straight shot, but I'm going to do an A1 anyways. This will hopefully give me either a hybrid or a wood to come in at. The fun thing is, with that back pin placement now, and especially a wind at your back, it's much easier to just kind of hit it softly, let the ball kind of roll, trickle towards the cup, and then you're going to take that eagle, walk away, enjoy it. Hole 13. Not necessarily a short look here, but I'll tell you what, it is nice to see a flat, even look. Before, you were having tee boxes down here. You can actually kind of see it, where the strip was, where you were hitting up towards the pin, or it was all the way in the back and you had a major elevation change. So now, this, at least again, with the tee box you're seeing in this preview, feels so much nicer. Oh, thought we were going to have a shot. Take the great shot points, though. And again, the thing you got to take into consideration with these new tee box and pin placement preview videos is that these are only one random selection that ITNet pulls when the contest is created that you're seeing for these holes. So there may be much different looks. There might be similar looks. It really just depends. Hole 14, the pin placement on this one is actually very fun. Fun meaning it's a good chance that if you don't hit the perfect shot, you could end up in the water. I already do that enough on this course, so hopefully nice high-teed 6 wood with that 10-mile-an-hour wind that apparently is not going to blow. Ah, there we go. Just enough to the right to save face. Still got that eagle. But again, that's going to be a tricky one depending on where the pin's at. 15 used to have some semi-drivable looks. Now, with the new tee boxes, you're going to be back even farther. So that's why I went with a C3 so I can get that little spinny extra distance because I know that I like having the 6-iron or even the 5 hybrid in certain cases to just go ahead and clear the water, get on top of the green, and then take that birdie there. Hole 16, hopefully you saw our preview on social media last week, the screenshots. This is one of those holes that a par 5 now becomes drivable par 4. you're used to this hole being, tee box being all the way back here, and you're either laying up here, or in certain instances you can hit it hard enough and you're laying up over here, or depending on the look, you're laying up here and still not having an easy shot. This one is going to be an eagle opportunity, but you definitely need to work for it. You got these trees in the way. I'm going to high tee a 5-wood. I'm not going to crush it because there is still that elevation change. I didn't crush it, and I still went too far in the back. So the nice thing is, if I don't screw this up, you can still chip in for eagle. Again, obviously not ideal landing on the cart path, but as long as you get close enough, you can still chip. 17, another par 3 that has gotten a lot shorter. In my opinion, at least significantly easier with this tee box. The likelihood of me blowing a 30 or 31 or 32 under on hole 17 goes down a little bit. Still not a walk in the park. But at least for me, I have a 5 hybrid, and I'm going to just put that with bite. Hit it out a little bit to the left, and then let the wind and that 7-degree downslope take care of the rest. Come on! Alright. Shot points, but again, you are still going to have some of those longer, deeper looks at 17, so don't get too excited. And then hole 18 is a bit all over the place. The pins are going to definitely be more centered to that green, so you got to be really careful, because if you are here and you backspin, if you're trying to get cute like I do and invites, you backspin past the hole, and then you think this rough is going to stop you, but it's sloped so much. I have seen people get stopped right here at the edge, and I don't know if you really would consider yourself lucky, because it's still a tough chip to make, especially because the worst thing you want to do is chip it and it hits the rough and then bounces back in the water. But for tee box placements, pretty much anywhere here, and then I think there are even a few in the dirt over here that you're not obviously going to see now, but will make this a somewhat easier hole, especially over here, depending on the wind, and more fun and challenging. But I also like this one because I can just take a nice 6-wood, use that up 10 right to slope to my advantage. Now with hole 18, you're going to obviously have a big downslope, so you're going to want to be careful. I always pull back my trackball to the C, and then I try to push it as slowly forward with my index and pinky finger, although sometimes it costs me because I get too cute with it. But outside of that, really just hole 10, that par 5 is a little bit more tougher. But there you go. That is a quick look at some of the new tee boxes and pin placements for Oakwood Hills. Tomorrow we will have the back 9 of Jamaica Pay. And stay tuned to Golden Tee social media for more.